another show, a first show in 2 weeks. You could call it a season premiere. Welcome to Downright Sports. I'm Brent Reed. This is the first time you guys are watching, and it's basically a show where we're going to just talk sports. Today, our Let's Talk segment is going to be on Serena Williams. Is she the best player, period? That's a conversation that I'm going to have with myself because that's what I do. I pretty much sit here and talk to myself and have a back and forth discussion with myself. So I'm losing my mind. But let's dive into the must-know news. And last night was Monday Night Football. Ba, 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 ba. And basically, Jay Cutler continues to suck. And he lost last night. I was going to basically do this whole part on blaming him, but I don't think I can because his offensive line is atrocious. But nevertheless, they did lose. His record with the Bears is better than what I thought. It's 50-47. But the kid is 2 years older than me. But he's only had 2 winning seasons in the entire time he's been with Chicago for them to be paying him the amount of money that they pay him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years with the Bears. Twice they won 10 games, but his average pretty much is 5 games, 6 games a year is what they're pretty much looking at. He's a decent quarterback at best, but what do you want to do? He was shown up last night by the rookie, Carson Wentz, the kid from North Dakota State. Basically, they're 2-0, Philadelphia. So there you have it. And then finally, because there's a slow news cycle, the Dodgers extend their lead in the National League West over the San Francisco Giants by 6 games with a walk-off double by Adrian Gonzalez last night. After a brouhaha and a dust-up between Bumgarner and Puig, nothing happened. They just looked at each other and one of those pre-wrestling stare-downs. Anyway, that's the must-know news. I'm going to return back with Let's Talk Serena Williams, the best athlete, period. Downright.
We rockin'. Once again, my name is DJ Chase. Machine Network. Get their Instagram, get their number.
DJ Chase.
Let's talk. And basically what we're talking about today is Serena Williams. I was trying to think of a topic to discuss, and I couldn't really think of nothing because, it's a slow news week, and I wasn't going to sit there and talk, I was going to break down game film or break down the games of the week, and, Von Miller, blah, blah, blah. I only said that because Von Miller's on the screen right now. But Serena Williams, she's basically been a beast in the world of tennis. Serena Williams, who I want to say burst on the scene in 1999, maybe off on that, but basically she's just been I want to say she's the Michael Jordan. She may be that once in a lifetime comet that comes across and surprises everybody. Not surprises as much, but just blows everybody away, and she does it at 34 years old still, despite just losing the U.S. Open. But basically, she started her career. I'm looking it up now. She turned pro in 95. Is when she turned pro. But she burst on the scene a little, years later. She was ranked number 1 in 2001. But turning pro just means she was playing for money at a young age. But she basically, every time she plays, it's like must see. Who loses to Serena this week is the conversation. That's pretty much not who's going to give her that back and forth. And when she does lose, it's always to people like, that person? She lost to them? How? Okay. Every now and then a squirrel runs into a bushel of nuts every now and then. But she's ranked currently right now 3rd all time in majors, period. Men and women. Women have more majors. And that's why I'm like, question mark, is she the best? Because if you look at the men, Roger Federer has 17, Serena Williams has 22. The person who leads the way is Margaret Court with 24. And and the reason why I say question mark, because the women, and I'm not denigrating, but they don't seem to play this type of competition. Should have buttoned both collars today, but I don't feel like it. They don't never play the competition. I guess the men face. But should that stop her from still being the best? Because the idea is whatever you do in sports is just pretty much be better than your competition, and that's what she's done. She's just been better, and that's why I think we may have to say she's the best, period, because whomever she faces is pretty much a done deal. She steps on the court and it's a wrap. She's won every major multiple times. She's never won the year Grand Slam. She came close last year and lost in the U.S. Open. It happens. It's a long season. But her biggest competition was supposed to be either her sister or Maria Sharapova. Maria, every time faces her, just loses. And so Venus, I think, because she has an illness, her body let her down a lot sooner than she wanted. So she never got a chance to have those great back and forth. Because Serena never had those, like, Conor McEnroe, Federer, Nadal, Sampras, Agassi, like those epic, like, back and forth WrestleMania kind of moments. It never happened for her because she just steps on the court and just eliminates you. And think about it. Jordan had the same thing, if you think about it. Mike Jordan, I mean, yeah, he went to game sixes, but there was never a game seven. There was never a situation where MJ stepped on the court and pretty much just was like, hey, this guy's giving it to me. You know, you never got to see that. You never saw, I mean, Utah gave them a little bit of a push, but Utah lost in six. Barkley and Phoenix gave them a push. They lost in six. My memory serves me correctly, they swept the Supersonics. So that's my whole thing is like, you know, that's why she may be Jordan-esque. Because who's stood toe-to-toe and said, I am. Ali had Frazier. Roger Clemens had, you know, other teams. I don't know. I can't think of that one. But you don't get that now. So, I mean, even Magic had Bird. Brain ain't moving as function as it used to. But Magic had Bird. I mean, DJ Chase never. I mean, she may be in the DJ Chase. That's a pop shot. DJ Chase, Michael Jordan category of nobody really can compete with. All right, Chase, there goes your third promo for tonight. For today. All right. Well, that's my opinion on it. You know, I'm not going to bore you guys with numbers. This is who she beat. This is how many times she beat him. There's no point in going into that. It really isn't. It's not that kind of show today. But I do think that, you know, she's pretty much the baddest person on the planet, or has been. I mean, she's 34, tennis. She's already like 1,000 years old in the tennis world. But American tennis isn't supplying new talent. So she just keep playing because there's nobody from America that's going to give it a push. So it's a conversation we'll bring up another day. Anyway, we're going to come wrap the show up. Video games and movies, my favorite segment. So this is Downright Sports. Is cooking. All right, video games and movies today, but we're just going to basically just talk about video games. And there's two games that are, one's out, one's coming out. NBA 2K17 is now out, and WWE 2K17 will be coming out. Two cornerstones of the 2K franchise. The NBA 2K, which basically surpassed Live like many eons ago, has just been on cruise control, in my opinion, because they haven't had to do anything. You know, who are they competing with? Live is trying to make a comeback, but I think Live waited too long, and I think EA Sports just having Madden as its flag bearer, it hurts it. I think 2K last year was all right, but I mean, that Spike Lee story mode was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Buddy of mine, he bought the game, and he's a white guy, and he creates himself, but the family is black. So he's this white guy in the black family. They don't even change the story where he may be adopted or some nonsense like that. He is just, you know, it is what it is, and that's why I liked how they used to do it in the old days, where basically, hey, just work your way up the ladder, make it to the league, would throw a little stuff in there. What they should have did is how they used to do it is give you like an agent, or give you an agent like Madden. Madden years ago when they first brought in that role playing nonsense, Madden let you have an agent. You could do movies. It was pretty cool. With the technology we got now, why in the God's hell can I not do that now? That makes no sense to me. Now, granted, I don't really have the time to really go through it, but it's the point. it's the point of the matter. And then the WWE, the game hasn't been good to me, in my opinion, since 2K14, and that's only because they took so much out of it. This year, the biggest thing is Suplex City, and you get to play as Brock Lesnar, I guess, and you can do my career mode. Oh, and if you pre-order it now, you get Goldberg, and all this yabba yabba UB, it's whatever. I don't know if the game's gonna be that much better. I played 16, and it wasn't nothing to cry about. They're making the game. The idea is to make the in-ring matches more realistic, when actually they're making it more boring because it takes longer now to have a freaking match. But the biggest thing coming out this year is that the game will be hosted by Sean. Which name is he going to go by on this one? Sean P. Diddy Puffy Combs. That's pretty much what it says on Wikipedia. So, I probably rent it to see what it looks like. But as far as buying it, I don't see myself buying it. I really don't. 2K I'm going to get, because I'll do the franchise mode, and I got to beat up on Mike Myth. He talks a lot of crap, so I got to whoop him. I got to give him a beating. So that's not a question. I'm looking up at the TV screen, and I don't know what's happened to Sports Center. Why does it don't show sports all day? I don't know why they think anybody wants to listen to Hannah Storm go face-to-face when it's not face-to-face. She's on a monitor, and then there's another guy on a monitor. So it's not really face-to-face. It's just Hannah Storm just talking to another player. I don't even know why we care. Just show the highlights. God, ESPN used to be so much better when they used to show the highlights. ESPN Classic. It was so much better. Anyway, thank you for another show. Back next week and the week after. We try to keep it running. Try to keep this train going. Ooh, yeah. Try to keep the engines pumping. Try to keep pushing down the line. Pushing down the line. Pay attention to Twitter. You can follow me at BrentReed18. Where I'm going to start doing is each week giving my picks of the professionals. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Downright Entertainment, and follow DJ Chase at DJ Chase. Pretty easy and simple. All right, more shows are coming down the pike, so be ready for Downright Entertainment. The channel's about to explode. Have a good day, everybody, and if it's raining, just wear an umbrella.